to another live stream. Another live stream in celebration of my brand new website, theproductiveman.com. In celebration of this new site, I'm holding a 14-day absolutely free coaching experience for you. Jump over to theproductiveman.com, get on the VIP list, and I will coach you for 14 days straight and impact your life in a way you wouldn't believe. Today, as you can see, here we go. As you can see, the topic for today is 3 steps to finding your purpose. 3 steps to finding your purpose. So, I'm going to give you the 3-step system that I used in the past to find my purpose and always get clarity on my purpose. And I've also taught these 3 steps, this 3-step system to finding your purpose to a lot of my students. Oliver Hayden, yo, how you doing, man? Please drop a comment and let me know if you can hear me, and also let me know where you are in the world and how you're doing. Okay, I love it when you guys say hi. I love this to be an interactive experience. Okay, I'm just rolling up my sleeves here because I'm getting excited already. And what I'm about to share with you today can really give you clarity on your purpose as a man. Oliver, thank you very much. So, as a man, it is very important that you have clarity on what your purpose is. We are all here to serve a specific purpose. Oh, Switzerland near Geneva. Nice, man. I spent 2-3 years in Switzerland, actually. Very nice. In Geneva, actually, I spent like 3 months. Okay, so, and another place, I lived in Le Bouveret, if you know it. It's across the lake from Montreux. Okay, so, back to business, focus. You were born with a specific set of gifts. And along with those gifts comes a special purpose that was only made for you. Now, I believe that our purpose comes from a higher place, from spirit, from God, from the universe, whatever you want to call it. And our purpose is not something to do with our selfish, egotistical wants, but rather it's some greater calling that's transmitted to us and given to us in order to serve to the world. So, the first thing you need to know is your purpose is somehow given to you. Okay, it's somehow given to you. So, let me give you an example. A lot of people ask me, "Hey, Jad, why did you decide to become a coach for men?" Okay, and the way I answer that question is, it's not so much that I chose to do this, but rather that it chose me. What does that mean? It chose me meant there was a little whisper in my ear for years and years saying, Jad, you got to help men. Jad, you should probably teach men how to get more confident with women. You got to teach men. And I keep pushing it aside because I was thinking like, why? Who am I to do this? And all the doubts that come up when a purpose is given to us. And I kept pushing it away, but it just would not leave me alone. I tried different career paths. I tried different things. Believe me, doing this was the last thing that I did, because every time I would try something different, I would just hit a wall after wall after wall until finally I realized, okay, this is my calling, this is my purpose. Let me surrender to it and serve the purpose that is being transmitted through me. So the first thing is, let us see purpose in the right way. Your purpose is something that is given to you. You are meant to serve the world using yourself, okay? And you have unique gifts and abilities, and that's why that purpose was transmitted through you, okay? So another word we can use for your purpose is service. How are you, what is your destiny? What are you meant to serve to the world? Okay? So let me just take a time out. Am I making sense so far? Drop me a comment. So the first, the first, the comments sometimes take like a minute to come through on my end. So if I don't reply right away, they just haven't come through yet. So step number one of finding your purpose. King Joe, thank you. That's what the Bible says. There you go. Right? So step one of finding our purpose as men is to listen. Okay? First is to listen. Listen meaning, Andy, my purpose is to help others who are facing bullying. Awesome, man. Awesome purpose. Right? That's some real service right there. So step one in finding your purpose is listen. So what does listening mean? You need to slow down enough so that you can hear your intuition, so that you can hear what your heart is telling you, so that you can hear what your gut is telling you. I believe the reason why a lot of people aren't connected to their purpose or don't find the answer to what is my purpose is because they don't slow down enough. They don't stop enough. In order for you to hear the calling that is being downloaded into you, you need to be present enough. You need to have enough presence. You need to settle down. Sit in stillness. Go out in nature. Step away from the hyperactive computer screens and mobile phones and social media and porn sites and, right? Step away from media and be with yourself. Go for walks. Walks do amazing things, okay? When you walk, that helps integrate your ideas in your brain. And a lot of times you will get insights. Oh, let's say this. You get your insights when you are in a relaxed state. Okay, so we're talking about step one, which is listen. In order to listen, you have to be in a relaxed state. You have to be present. And your insight isn't going to come to you while you're pushing, stressed, and working hard. Your insights are going to come to you on your time off. While you're ironing your clothes, while you're doing the dishes, while you're taking a shower, while you're going and doing groceries, while you're taking a walk, while you're playing basketball. At times when you least expect it, you're going to get these flashes, okay? And it's going to tell you this, that, and it's going to start being kind of like a puzzle. So what you want to look for are kind of clues and hints. Clarity isn't going to come right away, okay? It's going to be kind of like putting pieces of a puzzle together. So you listen to this and it says, oh, I have an idea that I want to try that out. Okay, well, I'll go. Maybe you have an idea, okay, something to do with athletics. You're very interested in athletics. Okay, well, let me explore that, okay? And then, oh, I noticed that I see things differently than other people see. Okay, let me take note of that, right? So step one is listen. Start listening. Thank you. It says Facebook user, so I don't know your name. Please tell me what your name is. Hello, Jad. Nice to see you going live. Tell me what your name is, but thank you. Hello. Thanks for joining us. So listen, okay? So number one to finding your purpose is listen. And the way to listen is by slowing down. So that, here's the thing, your intuition or spirit or God or subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, it usually speaks in a whisper. And so you have to be calm enough to listen, okay? So step two of finding your purpose is write, okay? Write. Start recording the insights that are coming through you, that are being downloaded into you. It is no accident if you're getting flashes of visions and ideas and being pulled in certain directions. That is not an accident. You are being pulled and you are getting these insights and these ideas because your purpose is in that direction. Now, like I said, when you listen, you got to put the pieces together. And so, you got to write stuff down. You're not going to remember everything. Also, writing stuff down brings more clarity. Okay? When you have an insight or idea and you start writing it down, another interesting thing happens, and this happens to me all the time, and I still do this on a constant basis. I start writing to note down the idea or the insight or the vision that was downloaded, that was given to me. And then while writing, something opens up and I start getting more ideas, more connections, going deeper, bigger realizations. So writing itself is another level of the discovery process and the clarifying process. Because when we're talking about how do I find my purpose, what we're saying is how do I get clarity and clear and certain that this actually is my purpose. So step one is we listen. We slow down enough so we can listen and we can hear. And then step two is we write it down, and through writing we gain even more clarity, and the pieces of the puzzle, now that they're written down, we can track them and go back and read and kind of connect things. Okay? And then step three, I'll get to step three in a second. Is this making sense so far, guys? Please drop me a comment. If you didn't see the introduction of my video, I'm going live in celebration of my brand new website, theproductiveman.com. On that site, I'm going to invite you to a 14-day coaching class where I'm going to teach you the specific productivity system that allowed me to master the art of seduction, allowed me to successfully start my dream business, and then work from anywhere remotely in the world and travel the world. And I also use this productivity system to gain 20 pounds of muscle as well as get a six-pack. Okay? One thing that you're missing if you're not getting the results you want is a productivity system. If you're overwhelmed, if you're overcome with laziness, if you always seem to fall short, then this productivity system is going to change all that for you and take you from falling short to always getting what you want. So jump over to not Jatsi, that's a reflex. Jump over to the new site, theproductiveman.com, and join the VIP list for the 14-day coaching experience where I'm going to be coaching you. It's not going to be like this where I'm just talking at you. You're going to be on screen too on Zoom, and we're going to talk back and forth on video conference call 14 days straight. All right? So it's absolutely free, no fine print. So step one of finding your purpose, listen. Step number two, write. Write for clarity. And step number three, 4. Nima's in the house. Can't wait to start the 14-day challenge. You always make a lot of sense. Thank you, Nima. All right. Okay. Okay, thank you, Wit. Now I see your name. Okay. Okay, cool. Happy to have you here, Nima. Nima's an old friend. Good to have you here, brother. Okay, so step three. So step one is listen. Step two is write. Step three is experience. Step three to getting clarity on your purpose is experience. Okay? So, what is that about? Experience means the following. Here's what you need to understand about yourself as a human being. Human beings are terrible at predicting how we're going to feel about something before we do that thing. Okay? So what does that mean? That means you may have an idea that your purpose is to be, let's say, a basketball coach. Okay? And you're convinced, I want to be a basketball coach. I think that's the idea. I think I would enjoy it. But you've never actually experienced coaching before. Okay? So instead of wasting years uh, becoming a coach and studying whatever you have to study and all that stuff, only to finally reach, actually get a job coaching and then discover, oh, you hate it. Okay? So instead, here's what you need to do. Okay? First of all, don't wait for 100% clarity. You're never going to get it until after you do some experimenting. Okay? So take an idea. If you have a vague idea, like, okay, I think I want to go towards athletics, maybe coaching, maybe something like that, coaching basketball team, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but okay, if you have that information, then that's enough. Now what you need to do is start experiencing. Okay? You need to go and shadow a basketball coach. You need to go and maybe start coaching a junior basketball team like in your neighborhood or whatever. You need to start going into there and then experiencing how you feel while doing it, how you feel in the environment, how you feel. Okay? And how you feel is going to give you clarity on, it's going to give you either confirmation or it's going to give you negative feedback, like, oh, actually, you know what, I thought I would like this, but I don't. Right? So step three is you need to experience. Okay, so you listened, you wrote down some ideas, and now you're putting yourself out there to experience how it feels, knowing, being humble enough to know that you as a human being are terrible at accurately predicting how you're going to feel about something before you do it. You have to do it and then see how you feel. And your feeling, okay, if it feels right, that means you're going in the right direction. If it feels wrong, that means it's not the right thing for you and you're going to have to adjust a bit. Okay? And so, Jesse in the house, thanks for the comment. If you're watching, make sure you drop me a comment. Okay, so the feeling, okay, if something feels right, that's your intuition telling you, okay, you're on the right path. Keep going. Take another step in this direction. If it feels wrong, don't try to force it. That's your intuition telling you, I know your mind thought that this was the right way, but trust my wisdom, it's not exactly right for you. Let's make an adjustment. So when you experience, you are experiencing to get the feeling, which is a feedback telling you, keep going or course correct. So let's take this example. Let's say, AK, yeah, this is live. This is live. I'm not sure how many questions I can take today, but feel free to ask your question and then I'll see if I can get to it. Okay, so let's take the scenario where John wanted to be a basketball coach. Excuse me. And then he went and he shadowed a coach and he thought, okay, I think I like this. And then he said, okay, let me start coaching a little junior team to see if I like it. And then John starts coaching that team. And then after a few days, he doesn't like it like he thought he does. Okay, he maybe realizes, hey, you know what? This involves too much, like, maybe the schedule is really bad, or maybe he's not. It involves too much like people communication, and he discovers, you know what? He's actually more of an introverted guy, and he would rather be kind of a little backstage, right? And so in that case, that doesn't mean coaching is off the table for John and it's completely the wrong thing, but maybe John discovers that he would be more comfortable with more of like a side, as a side coach, maybe more of a strategic guy who draws out plans, defensive coordinator, something like that, that requires more of an introverted kind of workflow, less direct contact with so many people. It's more contact with a few people, and maybe that will be his path. And so that's an adjustment. You see what I'm saying? So the 3 steps to finding your purpose. Number 1, listen. Number 2, write for clarity. And number 3, to get ultimate clarity, go out and experience and get the feedback. Go when it feels right, keep moving forward. When it feels wrong, reevaluate, course correct, and then repeat the cycle. Listen, write, experience. Listen, write, experience. Listen, write, experience, eventually until you get to your ultimate clarity and ultimate purpose. So, what I want you to take away from this is the following. Finding your purpose is a process. Okay, it's a process of elimination. Okay, it's a process of elimination. Try, yes, no, okay. Try, yes, no, okay. It's a process. Okay, and the second thing that's very important is that finding your purpose is an active practice out in the world. Like AK is saying, I think the third is the most important. Gotta take action and calibrate from there. You hit the nail on the head, my friend. Exactly. Finding your purpose is a proactive practice. The only way you're going to find your purpose is by bumping yourself out against the world. Jiddu Krishnamurti is one of the philosophers that I really follow. He said we can only know ourselves in relationship to the environment. We can only know ourselves when we bounce ourselves off the world and get the feedback. Let's say that again. We can only know ourselves and know our purpose if and when we bounce ourselves off the environment. To go further, the more you bounce yourself off the environment, the more insight you get, the more clarity you get. So, just like AK is saying here, I think the third is the most important. Got to take action and calibrate from there 100%. Finding your purpose is a very proactive exercise. Okay? Drop me a comment. Who got clarity from this lesson? Who got an insight? Who now has a bit of a shift, and you're going to kind of shift the way in how you're going to go about getting clarity regarding your purpose. Now, while I'm waiting for those comments, I will share something else with you. Before I share that with you, let me just invite you one more time to the 14-day free coaching challenge. It's not going to be me just talking at the screen like this. We're going to be on a video conference call in a small group environment, and I'm going to help you brother to brother, man to man. And during the 14 days, we're going to become brothers and friends. We're going to playfully challenge each other to greatness. We're going to do push-up challenges. Some of us are going to do cold shower challenges, the ones that accept, burpees challenges, all these different fun challenges within the big challenge. And I'm going to teach you the practices that have allowed me to get what I want in my life. Okay? Information is all good and fine, but how do you produce results? Productivity is all about producing results. I don't care how much you know. What have you done? What have you finished? What have you produced? If you're lacking in this area, if you're struggling with finishing stuff, getting what you want, join the 14-day challenge. I guarantee that I will double your productivity in 2 weeks. You spend 2 weeks with me, I will share all my tools that I credit to me being able to produce the result of getting my dream girl, mastering the art of seduction, gaining 20 pounds of muscle, getting a six-pack, starting my dream business, being able to work remotely from anywhere in the world. So I will share that with you. Okay, and the final thing that I would like to share with you, okay? So, by the way, if you want to join the VIP, you got to go to the Productive Man. This camera's inverted, so I'm always pointing the wrong. Theproductiveman.com, get on the VIP list. I will close the doors without warning. Okay, so any questions relating to the VIP, just go watch, there's a video there. Just go watch the video. Okay, so the final thing I want to leave you with is this regarding your purpose. I kind of said it before, but we have to really make sure that you get this. Your purpose is not ego-driven. Your purpose is service-driven. In other words, it's spiritual-driven. Okay? If your true purpose as a man, let's just take an example. California, Hollywood is filled with people who never became famous and will never become famous because those people went to Hollywood with the wrong purpose, with the wrong intention. They went there to get rich and famous. That's not a purpose, okay? I want to be famous is not serving anyone. And that's why those people fail. The biggest actors in Hollywood started acting out of love for the craft. Now, as a side benefit, they became famous and successful. But if your intention is to become famous and you make that your purpose, that's not serving. That's not a true purpose of service. Purpose, service. You can interchange, those two words are interchangeable. Your purpose is a form of service to the world. I want to be famous is not serving anybody. It's an egotistical objective. So check your purpose to make sure that it is something that is serving the world and not something that you want to feed your ego. Okay? Another example is, I don't hear this as much anymore, but in the past I used to hear, Jad, I want to be the greatest seducer ever in history. That's not your purpose. Okay? That's purely selfish and egotistical. Why? What is that serving anybody? Okay? So, check your purpose to make sure that it is backed by the desire to serve to make the world better. Okay, so in conclusion, the way to find your purpose, listen, write. Let's do it like this. Listen, step 1, listen. Step 2, write. Step 3, experience. And then repeat, okay? That's what you do. Step 1, listen, write, experience, repeat. Listen, write, experience, repeat. And finding your purpose is a process, okay? An active process. Okay, so, excuse me. Let's see, let me just take a look at your questions real quick. I would appreciate, while you're watching this, just to clarify myself, I'm trying to clarify my marketing brand. When I say Jad T. Jones, what do you think's unique about Jad T. Jones? If you could just drop that in the comment real quick, comment box, that would help me get clarity because I'm trying to refine my marketing messaging and my brand. So what do you see is unique about me and the Jad T. Jones brand? That would really help me out. Okay, let's see what the comments are. Okay, I can answer your question, so I'll answer your question in a second. AK, since you found your dream girl, what does love feel like? How do I know if I'm in love? Oh, those are excellent questions. You know what, guys? As an appreciation for you guys listening live, I will answer those questions. Okay? So, we're drawing a clear line now. We have now finished how to find your purpose. So if that's all you're interested in, thanks for watching. Go over the inverted camera. Go over to theproductiveman.com. Grab your VIP pass. Let's be friends. I want to get to know you. Again, it's not going to be me just talking at the camera. We're all going to be on Zoom video conference call, talking to each other, building a brotherhood, building a relationship, and having an amazing time and creating an amazing bond. I want to be there for you. Grab your VIP pass, and I will see you very soon in that free challenge. Okay, with that, make sure before you leave to let me know what's unique about Jad T. Jones. What do you think is unique about me and my brand? And then we will answer Wit's question first and AK's question second. Okay, here we go. So, I've been single all my life because I'm shy with girls. I'm an introvert at first, but once someone gets to know me, then I'm an extrovert, but I wanted a relationship for a very long time. Okay. So, um, okay, side note, if you're having trouble, nobody so far has told me they're having trouble signing up, but if you are, just email me to support@jadtjones.com, support@jadtjones.com. If you have any technical issues, I'll take care of you, no problem. Okay, so wit, um, okay, so basically, yeah, you're an introvert at first, but then you open up. I can relate to that. I think a lot of guys can relate to that. The problem with um, being an like very shy, and you only open up if somebody gets to know you, or if you get to know somebody, is that women don't usually come up to you and go to the trouble of opening you up and making you comfortable until you're finally comfortable to talk to them, right? So even though you're introverted and shy, as a man, you're gonna have to make the first move most of the time, and you're gonna have to find a way around this shyness. Okay? You're gonna have to face your fear. You're gonna have to step outside your comfort zone. You're gonna have to be okay with failing, looking silly, embarrassing yourself. You have to pay. There's always a price. For everything in life, there's always a price. In order to get over your shyness, you have to pay a temporary price of messing up, looking silly, getting embarrassed. There's no way around it. Let's say that again. If everything has a price, and to get over your shyness, you have to pay the price of being clumsy, making mistakes, getting embarrassed, and all that, and fumbling around while you're first learning. The man who is unwilling to look foolish will never eventually be wise. Okay, let's say it like that. If you're not willing to look a little foolish today, tomorrow you won't become wise. You only become wise when you make mistakes and learn from those mistakes, and also build the muscle of stretching outside your comfort zone. Now, it sounds to me that you've been struggling with this for years, and the answer I give everyone who's been stuck for 2 years or more is the following. Okay, so this answer I give to everyone. If you've been stuck for 2 years or more, then more information isn't gonna get you unstuck. If more information was gonna get you, by more information I mean reading more books, watching more videos, okay, which is a form of learning one way. You're just ingesting the information one way, right? If information was the problem, you would have solved your issue with women right now, because there is unlimited information out there. Okay? So I'm being real with you. What you need, if you've been stuck for 2 years or more, is you have to hire a coach to help you point out your blind spots, help you overcome your fear, and help guide you and support you in this journey. Okay? Because if like your life, so many guys don't realize that your life is passing you by, and every day you're thinking that, oh, maybe this book, this video is gonna fix it for me. It's not. If the information was gonna fix it for you, it would have been fixed by now. Information isn't the problem. Your problem is you have blind spots. A blind spot is an unconscious mistake that you're making that is accidentally sabotaging your success with women. How do you reveal your blind spot? Either you spend 10 years trying to figure it out, or you hire a coach who's going to point out those blind spots for you. You see? And I'm not just talking like just from the air. I've been in this business for over 10 years now. And time after time, there have been guys who have been stuck for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years. Okay? But then once they hired a coach that pointed out their blind spots, in this case they hired me and I pointed out their blind spots, they got unstuck anywhere between 3 months to 9 months. Usually it averaged to 3 to 6 months. From being stuck for 3 to 5 to 10 years, unstuck in 3 to 6 months on average. Some are more extreme, they take 9 months. So that's the real answer I'm going to give you, Wit. You got to get some help, man. Got to get some help. Okay, so AK. Okay, AK, thank you for the feedback on what you think is unique about the Jad T. Jones brand. If you just signed in, I would really appreciate your help. If you could point out, when I say Jad T. Jones, what's the first thing that comes into your mind in terms of the brand? What do you think is unique about Jad T. Jones and my brand? Okay, and the last question we will answer before we sign out. Since you have found your dream girl, what does love feel like? How do I know if I am in love? Will I still have the urge to hook up with other attractive women? Good questions. Okay, so what does love feel like? This is how I answer this question. Before I found my dream girl, and let me just put a side note, I've had multiple dream girls. A dream girl for me defined as I got the girl that I exactly want, that I'm attracted to at all levels. Okay, so maybe you'll have more than one dream girl in your life. Okay, so how do you know? How does love feel like, or how does it feel like to know that you found the right person? It's very simple. Okay, so first I'll tell you about something and then I'll answer. So I remember I watched a few different documentaries or shows or something, and they were asking this question like, hey, how did you know that this was your life partner? How did you know that this was the person for you, right? And over and over and over again, separate couples, separate times, they didn't hear each other's answers. They would like try to answer the question and all this stuff and get confused, and then finally at the end, they all said the same. They're like, I don't know. You just know. Like when it just feels right. You just know. Okay? So how do you know? You just know. And what does that mean? That means there are some women you're going to be with, and you're going to be trying to logically rationalize why you should stay with this woman. Oh, she's honest, she's sweet, she takes care of me, she's nice. On a logical level, you're trying to convince, but then on a feeling level, it doesn't feel exactly right. Okay? But when you're with a girl that's perfectly right for you, you don't have that, oh, is this right? Should I? There's no rationalizing. It just feels right. It just feels right. Okay? So it just feels right. I know your brain probably doesn't like that explanation, but that's really what it is. When you don't have to convince yourself why you should stay or be with this person, where it just feels right. Okay. Will I still have an urge to hook up with other attractive women? I don't believe I can answer that question with an absolute answer. I'll give you my personal opinion. Okay, so take my personal opinion with a grain of salt. My personal opinion is you're human, you're a man. Yes, you're always going to feel attracted to different women. Okay? The question is, what choices have you made? Have you chosen to be in a monogamous relationship or a polyamorous relationship? Okay? So, as a man, if you commit to one woman, okay, you're committed to her, you're not going to do anything, you're not going to cheat on her. But from an animal level, of course, you're going to think, oh, that girl's hot, oh, wow, that girl's hot, oh, wow, maybe in another lifetime, that one over there. You're human, right? Okay, cool. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. And I will see you very soon inside the 14-day challenge where we will become brothers and friends. And I will show you how to finally get what you want as a man. Not only wish, not only think, not only fall short, but actually get it. Okay? Jump over to theproductiveman.com, get on the VIP list, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Peace.